Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Another day in good old Sanyan. You know what? Let me go by him. By him where I have the opportunity, because look at this already. Gillies come out and block the way, and Africa, boy. Everybody's fighting for a space. Look at that. All the parking spaces here empty this morning. Something is up today. It's already 8 o'clock. Village is calm. Little apprentice riding his bicycle to work somewhere. Rest of the world, well, I would say what people normally refer to as the developed world. Kids they tell kids to play, and tell the boys, you play, have fun. Wow. Yesterday came by at 5 o'clock in the evening, and he was here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's here. These guys have a tough job. Good morning. How are you doing?
How's the morning?
Bro, I'm glad I don't have your job, man. To stand here for 12 hours a day and deal with people like,
Yeah.
It is tough.
It's not easy.
Yes.
Especially when the sun is hot.
Yes. I agree with you.
Yeah, this driver, they don't understand. They never take easy.
Yes.
They always come with speed. I've been talking until they fed up. Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good day, man. Most of the policemen, 99% of the policemen here are nice, but they can also frustrate you. I'm serious. I've seen these drivers get upset. I mean, they were screaming, and the policeman is just calm. Tough job, especially here. It's like, and they don't even, if they were like in the US, things would be straight here. I mean, not even like the US. If they would make drivers do what they're supposed to do, not even handing out tickets. This is, you know what? Don't be yourself. I'm gonna take your papers next time. was here, it would be much safer. But you know, it's like anyway. Little kids, you know, even in the Philippines, in countries where I see it's not really what is normally termed developed. You know, the Caribbean, you know, many parts of Asia too. You don't see little kids 10, 12 years old going to work and working 12, 16 hours a day. But here in Africa, the boys especially are expected to do that. Boys are expected to do that. You see little girls walking around with a little tray on their head selling bananas or mint. I'm not putting them down for what they're doing, but you know, they're expected to. They go to school, learn the Quran, learn Arabic. And that's one of the funny things about here. I run into people who cannot write their names in their native language, but can write their names in Arabic. And the first time I run into that situation, it was like shocking. It was like, are you serious? The ultimate form of brainwashing, like what the British did to slaves. And then the American perfected. The British took away your identity when they taught you their language and culture. And then America perfected that system. And the French, oh man. You in your own country and you thinking you're a Frenchman. Your own country. Even here the other day, Mali, it told people, look, no longer using French language. We're using our native language as our official language. No longer we're using Arabic. We're using our language as our native language. And this is 2022 now. In Africa, not the US or France or England or some colony. Africa is colonized without, even in Africa. Imagine you're a man who can't write your name in your native language. It's like the people of Mexico. Who can't speak their native language, but can speak Spanish. I mean, this colonization thing was total. When they talk to people about reparations, then they start talking about, well, we got to get reparations separately. I mean, this is downright ridiculous. Those people work together. If you go to France and say we want reparations, the French give you $1. You go to America, and America give you reparations, they give you $1. $1 now. Just divide between all of you. Now, if you go to all of them, you sit down with and talk. No, this is the numbers that we have. You have to go with the numbers. You made trillions of dollars. We're not asking you now, we're demanding you. Otherwise, you find all your raw materials from somewhere. And that threat of shutting down their economy, pay right away. But you go with Barbados, little Barbados go and negotiate with the Queen come and say, give them a few dollars. And they go home feeling fine. We got 2 million. But that's how much the British paid the slave owners when they supposedly set your parents free. But guess what? London, Glasgow, Dublin, they were all built. So you think they built them with 2 million? It cost more than 2 million to build Glasgow, Manchester, Liverpool, Bristol, all the slave ports in England. What do you think built Washington D.C.? The money that was built from Washington D.C. is slave owning money. It's money America made on slavery. Look how big that city is. How much it cost to build just that one place. So when they give you $1 billion and you go home feeling happy, you were due $1 trillion. And you're not going to get it if you go, because they know you're going to argue among yourselves. And when they say, you know what, can give you $1 billion, it's when you get the money and then you divide it up and realize, hey, I only got $100. Now you're going to get upset. Why did we take so little? They can afford to give you that little. I think the Japanese, when they paid the Japanese that 10,000, you think it was worth it? Hey, some of those people are still suffering the effects of what they did to them today. Look at the Israelis. Germany is still paying. Germany is still paying. You hear what I'm telling you? Israel for what happened in World War II 60 years ago. Over 70 years ago, they're still paying Israel for what happened. And you guys, hey. Anyway, when I brought up when I started asking questions, people got upset with me. I am serious. Like I said, I used to do talk on these things on YouTube. And people who I know, American brothers, got upset, pissed off because I was asking these questions. Now, I hope some of them are beginning to realize the reality of it. I hope so. My questions weren't against them, is what make them think, hey, if we do this, if you go alone to fight the American army, guess what? When Saddam went up against the American army, guess what happened? But look at what's happening now to the American army. So that the whole world is now saying, hey, America is not what. That's because the whole world, when you isolate one guy, Saddam or Gaddafi, now even their old buddy Saudi Arabia is joined now with China and Russia. So the whole world now is turned against the European. And guess what? You see the difference when you negotiate together? What happens? So you have to do it together. Anyway, enough of my rant about that. But little African kids, what Americans, they made laws against child labor. You have to go to school with that. There's no such privilege here. So these little kids have to work. They're expected to. They go to school. Many of them go to school. Some go to school in the morning, some home in the afternoon, and they go to their apprentice job. It's called apprentice here, but they go work in mechanic shop, and some have their donkey carts and they pull sand or cement or something for somebody. They hustle. Like this shop right here have 2 or 3 little apprentices, the place where I take my car. I go there, there's about 8 of them. From the little kids who catch water and watch, parts and all, clean parts and pick up parts, and go get water for mechanics and little things. So the guys one guy troubleshoot the problem, well, and then you have the guy he say, okay, change this part. These 2 guys right here, one's got a shovel. Look like about 10 years old. Got a shovel and a pick. Those drillers are normally big. He's got one about his height. Those drillers are normally about 5 feet tall. He's got one his height. He's going to a construction site. Girls go to school up to about, most of them, up to about 14, 15 years old, 16. Then they get married, have children. Some of them, after they have children, like start out their business, or while they have children, they'll have a garden and they'll be selling vegetables or doing some, work. The family is poor, which most families here are. Most girls now are beginning to go to college. The government, the UN actually forcing governments in Africa they have all these programs for women, just like in the US. Programs are geared towards breaking up African families, because Africa produces children. Europeans are not producing any children, and they know with the population, the big population, Africa is going to take over, and that's one of the means they're using to keep Africa down. African leaders don't see it, so they allow all these programs. Most African leaders can't see past the smoke and mirrors. So they allow these programs to go. Anyway, we're in Brikama now. Let's see what's going to happen. See where you gotta watch these motorcycle riders. gonna have to make a stop. Get something done before hopefully I can find a place up here to park. Go get what I have to do done. But here is not like Sanyang. Sanyang is slow today. Hey, why he was trying to somebody parked in his space. Here taxis parked. Then trucks come to unload. Roads blocked. Day after day. Nothing done about it. That's why that's the kind of my video the other day. The confusion is celebrated. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming along. Peace. Have a great day wherever you are.